little bit. I love this part right here. Huh? What do you mean? I'm sharing it with everybody. Well, we're gonna get to that in a second. Oh, all right. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. Welcome to the Devil Beta Universe script read. Only one of its kind. That'd help us.
Wow, that guy's a real piece of work. I don't even know how or why that's a whole other podcast. So, welcome to the Double Beta Universe script read for Chapter 2. We made it, buddy. Hi, I'm Chris Berry, co-creator of the Double Beta Universe.
Hi, Chris. I'm Ben Buck, co-creator of the Double Beta Universe as well. Nice to meet you.
It's nice that we, met as co-creators of the same thing.
Yeah, it's very fortunate for the project.
Yeah, like I remember, meeting you. We sat down. We were like, "Hey, man, what do you do for love and no money?" And I was like, "Oh, I do this and you do that." And
now we do it together.
We cried a lot. There was a lot of tears, actually.
We're middle-aged men. We cry all the time.
It's true. Cry. I cry when I get out of bed. No, I don't.
Yeah, well, some of us may have had tears at the end of Chapter 1.
I
with
did.
the death of we assume the death of Mercy and the death of Natch. Dead, super
Done.
dead.
See ya. So that brings us to what we're doing right now, which is Chapter 2, the Rebirth.
I think it's a short chapter, and in keeping in the genre of science fiction fantasy, it's very visual. So let's see how we can describe our visual science fiction esoteric chapter.
For everybody listening, I am on a yoga mat doing my voiceover for today.
It's true. He's put straw in his head, and he's covered in tea leaves.
It's true.
So I think we have a narration part to start the chapter off.
Right.
And then Mr. Blue, once again, will be here to do Mr. Blue's part.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Blue.
Thank you, Mr. Blue.
For helping out. And then I guess, that's all the cast for this chapter. Natch and Mercy.
Yes.
They didn't make it. And where we start off is with an ethereal plane with our buddy Natch. He's back. He's back somehow. And this is the chapter where we figure out a little bit, maybe not entirely, but we get to start to understand what these two are all about. And like I said, it's a bit of a science fiction one. So we might end up making some swishing noises. I have one.
Oh yeah, do you have some?
I do have one thing here to help with atmospherically, That might help us.
That's the call for Lloyd to join us to do the narration, I guess.
I thought that was the call for Lloyd's dinner.
Yeah. He's constantly eating.
He's a filthy man. Okay, so would you like to go ahead, Chris, and ask Lloyd to join?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Issue 1, Chapter 2, Rebirth. Following the death of his body, Natch Nashira finds himself in the void, a place empty of all time and space where there is no material plane. It is here Natch's memories and thoughts are uploaded into a replicated body.
Location unknown.
Vespasia appears under low lighting and out of focus. The field of view focuses as Vespasia motions with one finger towards her mouth. Zooming in on her finger and lips, she motions to be quiet. Only a partial view of Vespasia can be seen as we gain a view of the heart, the central reproduction facility that houses replica bodies of Natch and Mercy.
It's a miracle.
A close-up of Natch's eyes closed. Natch's inner dialogue begins.
Or an act of divine intervention, because I can't do this.
Okay, right away, I'm just going to say, can you do it, but like half that speed?
Half that speed.
Yeah, you can still have the same amount of pauses in between, but just everything's just a lot slower. He's like sedated, but not like he's cognate, but he's just like man, like I'm so chill right now.
Or an act of divine intervention, because I can't do this. This is that fabric of reality shit.
That was great.
Natch's floating arms crossed legs in the lotus position. He waits in a white endless void. A close-up of his eyes appear again with the right eye decoratively illuminated. A vision of himself appears before him along with black sphere.
I know that I'm not responsible for how or why I became aware that I was here, present in this void. What's going on?
I was like, just like, yes, keep holding it. Sorry.
Oh. I thought you were cutting me. I'm like, oh, stop.
Yeah, especially like imagine like when he says, okay, here's what I would say to you. Like, take a moment quickly, close your eyes, get comfy, loosen up. I know you got to go back to your reading position, but like loosen up. And when it comes to some things like, say the word why, this is just me picking, but you pick whatever. I would even allow yourself to stop and go, you know, after you say why, to be like, take a nice big breath. And because there's like, this endless, there's no rush to these words, right? Like, we are here to hear you say these words now. This is the whole purpose of this emptiness, these words are part of what makes Natch come back to the real life, right? This part of him. This is how he navigates. This is going to be discovered in the future, but this is how he gets through the rebirthing process, is understanding that he sees himself, whereas other people don't have that. So this is like as zen as you can be when you read this, basically. Like, I question, make me say the space is too long.
And with that, I think we should take a little bit of a break for a commercial. What do you think, Lloyd?
Huh? Yeah, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm playing Parcheesi with the Amazeballs. But yeah, we should go to a commercial break. That's a fantastic idea. Transom hands, body wash. Oh. Transom hands, body wash, shampoo. Come on. Ransom Dan's Common Street. Man. Transom hands, body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. All right.
Lloyd,
What?
do you ever feel like, you're lacking confidence sometimes?
No.
Okay. Well, if you did,
Mm-hmm.
there is a new pocket-sized Transom Hands
Oh.
body wash, shampoo, and conditioner
Oh.
that'll make you smell like grease.
Oh, that doesn't sound very appealing.
Well, you should try it sometime.
Okay.
Only a partial view of Vespasia can be seen as we gain a view of the heart, the central reproduction facility that houses replica bodies of Natch and Mercy.
It's a miracle.
I'm feeling it now.
A close-up of Natch's eyes closed. Natch's inner dialogue begins.
Or an act of divine intervention. Because I can't do this. This is that fabric of reality shit.
Natch's floating arms crossed legs in the lotus position. He waits in a white endless void. A close-up of his eyes appear again with the right eye decoratively illuminated. A vision of himself appears before him along with black sphere.
I know that I'm not responsible for how or why I became aware that I was here, present in this void, a place before life and death.
The duplicate Natch is behaving as a three-dimensional mirror. Natch looks at the black sphere and waits.
I know that I become aware of myself, And that being this way comes with an awareness of the self. And it's in that moment when you see yourself in the mirror fully realized.
The black sphere starts to grow and radiate black lines.
Then there is this familiar pull, a tug at my essence, a draw into interest.
The black sphere grows and increases the number of black lines.
A charge. All that space fills my body and becomes like resistant.
The lines start to encroach on Natch, their force pulling him.
There is a connection and a shock like ice picks that invite an overwhelming pulse. It's the whole being fragmented and bringing substance of a life experienced.
The black expanding sphere takes firm hold of both Natch and Natch's reflected self.
And all at once, all my will submits, and I know what is to come.
A significantly large sphere now pulls both Natch and Natch's reflected self into its dark center.
This place is not mine. It's not mine to hold on to. I have to take form. I know what I have to do. I have to come back and be Natch Nashira. And Natch Nashira's story is so very full and deep because of its many lives.
Yeah. Just ripped my shirt in half there.
It is revealed that Natch's conscious self is moving through the memory and thought upload. Many past images represent moments in Natch's life. Natch moves over images and puts a finger inside one. As the memories pass, they move over his body. His arm becomes completely submerged into the memory and thought upload. He waits for an opening to appear.
Everything is so familiar and enticing. So entirely absorbing. Oh, it's all of me. The endless moments stitched together, inviting me back. I went into it once, because I needed to, but otherwise I keep far away from the infinite egos of the pasts, the walks down memory lane. Many of us never come back. Somehow, I remember my preference to use the back door and wait outside.
You gotta sell this, man. You gotta sell this. Is he talking to himself?
Everything is so familiar and enticing. So entirely absorbing. It's all of me. The endless moments stitched together, inviting me back. I went into it once, because I needed to. But otherwise, I keep far away from the infinite ego of the pasts, the walks down memory lane. Many of us never come back. Somehow I remember my preference to use the back door and wait outside.
Once an opening appears, he makes his way out of the upload and into the dimensional rift. He drifts through the rift, waiting. Out of the emptiness a hand appears. It grabs hold of Natch, who reacts with great shock. An holotype appears to come out of the empty with a hand stretched outward.
What in the gods? What are you doing here?
Natch in shock manages to ask with a treble in his voice.
What do you want?
Natch is subject. This, I would think.
He's still in the dream state a little bit here, eh?
Well, no, I would. Okay, I'm gonna have to give you context to these two lines. That's funny because so this should never happen. He always floats. Okay, so Natch does this every time he gets reincarnated. Okay, this is the same pattern, right? So imagine this is the 15th time this happens. Everything the same, right? Seeing himself, everything. And he always breaks out, except the first time, but it's a different story. But he always breaks out into the rift because he just feels like that's where he maintains himself and he doesn't have to deal with the upload.
Right.
And it's just his gift for certain other parts of the story. But he never would ever see, he's never seen anything in there. It's just blackness. It's like,
Okay.
right? So like he remembers.
So he's more in shock, like, "Oh, what in the gods?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Natch in shock manages to ask with a treble in his voice.
What do you want?
Natch is subject to a vision of holotypes melting and merging with other faces. The images used are similar to those seen in the previous vision when he died. Natch wakes up screaming and sits up in his bed.
Ah!
Warning. Natch Nashira, your vitals are showing distress. Do you require medical assistance? Can I offer you a sedative or meditative jungle sounds?
Oh my. Oh. Ah.
Sitting up in bed, Natch responds to the health drone. Jungle music begins.
Confirmed.
What am I? I've been waiting so long to get this out. I love this part so much. Oh. Confirm. Okay.
Confirmed. Your vitals are returning to acceptable limits. Would you like me to begin the mental normalization programs now?
Oh. No. No, thank you. Definitely not. Declined.
The health drone comes into full view and addresses Natch, who is holding his hands on his face.
Confirmed. Starting mental normalization.
You started it this time.
I know.
I haven't said shit. I'm trying to let it go.
You ready?
Yeah.
Confirmed. Starting mental normalizing. Confirmed. Starting mental normalizing program state 001.1. Your name is Natch Nashira. You are currently in your restoration room inside the facility known as the Heart. You are part of the Osiris Dionysus project.
What? No. Come on.
You are recovering from a memory upload, a process in which your organic data is downloaded into a replica of your body.
Really? Oh, you're really going to go through this whole thing? Oh.
One thing about the last line is I would say that even though in the comic it doesn't really show it because you're limited to like every single moment, in my mind, when he says that, really, he's kind of breaks a little bit from, like, he's kind of like, okay, like, fuck, like last, that sort of like, okay, a little bit of chuckle to yourself. I've lost.
Yeah.
I'm back. It's like been 3 seconds, I'm back, and I'm already being told what to do. Fucking hell.
So it's like, downloaded your replica of your body. Really? You're really going to go through the whole thing? Yeah, so he's like, okay, fuck.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Really? Or really?
But with a little more joy because he like, this is his life, right? Like when he comes out, remember in chapter 3, a little bit of spoiler, when he comes out, he's like really jokey with all the robots.
Really? You're really going to go through the whole thing?
Yeah, because he has a really good relationship with the robots, which, as I just said, it spoils chapter 3 a little bit. We see more of Natch and robots. Yay! We love that shit.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Ben, what would you like to say?
I'd like to say thanks, Chris. You did a great job once again.
Thanks,
You're
Ben.
Good. You're a good guy. Real all-around smart guy. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.
Good job. Okay, thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Hold the applause. Thanks, bye.
No, bye.
No, bye.
Bye!
Oh, wow, that was fun. Thank you for joining us for Chapter 2, Rebirth. Hey, look, you can get us all over the social medias. You can get us at Comixology and Bandcamp and subscribe to YouTube. But what you really want to do is you want to go over to patreon.com/doublebeta. That's where all the exclusive content is. The good stuff. All right, we'll see you soon. Toodles. Huh? I used it. Just pass me my towel.